originally from Port Elizabeth. I embraced Islam in 2014 without any direct guidance or dawas from others. I just dreamed about Islam. It was 2014 during Ramadan. And then in a dream, I was wearing a black salah top with 3 foreigner sisters. After that day, every time I close my eyes, see Muslims. Sometimes I dream about Muslims. And then I still remember the other day, it was on a Sunday. My church was in Langa. So in a dream, I was exactly in church with my sisters in Christ. Our uniform was blue and white. And then when I opened my bag, it was a salah top that was mauve in color. I told myself, hey, it seems as if I'm fooling myself. I'm wasting my time. Let me not go to church with you. And then it was December, because I started from June. It was Ramadan 2014, and it was in December. And then after 3 days, I was supposed to go home in PE. And then I took a bus in Cape Town, all to find out that bus was broken when we were in Strand. And then they sent another bus. And I was the first one to enter in that bus. When I entered that bus, there were 5 Muslim children and 3 sisters. One of them was wearing that salah top, the one that is mauve in color. When I entered, I said, hey, in Xhosa, it seems as if I'm cursed. Every time it's these people, no, I had enough. All to find out that sister was also going to PE. And then on our way, she came and sit opposite to me, and then I went to backseat. I said, I don't know why you're always following me, Muslims. I went home, that was December. And then in February, in March, our prayer meeting, my church is not far from home, and our prayer meeting starts at 5 a.m. And then I went to prayer meeting. It's only plus minus 10 minutes. On my way back, I went home. While I was home, I saw a cover. There was a brother who was surrounded with that cover. Each and every time I tried to look at the brother's face, the brother is hiding the face. And then I heard the voice that said, do you know who's this? I said, I don't know. And the voice said, it's Isa. I said, Isa from where? And then I woke up. It was the 30th of March, 2015 now. And then the following day, I went to my church as usual. When I come back, about past 5, and just closed my eyes, I heard the voice that said, Rihana, Rihana, Rihana 3 times. I told myself, no, I had enough. And then I went to Costin, it's not from PE. I went to Costin Masjid. I've said, no, I had enough. Let me embrace this thing of yours once and for all. And then I was told to come the following day on the 1st of April. And then they said, we're not going to name you. I told them everything was. And then they said, no, we're not going to name you because Allah gave you a name already. And then after that, I came back to Cape Town. And that time I was busy, was teaching little ones traditional dance. And then I was staying there by Temeral houses in town. And then they relocated us from Temeral to Symphony, where I am now. And then Brother Omar introduced me to Madam Anwar. And then I told myself I'm going to change that traditional dance to Islam. Mind you, I knew nothing that time. And then Madam Anwar brought me away in the house. And I knew only Surah Fatiha and Bulls. Told myself I'm going to start, and I started with 18 children. And then from 18 children, they were 44. And I was busy with my course and Surah Fatiha. After that, and then I still remember, I'm not used to black dress. The black dress, in our culture, black dress is associated with mourning. When you use a husband, you must wear black. So I was not used to this black dress. So I had that thing. And when we grew up, we were told that Muslims are witches, so I didn't want to like them because they are witches. So I still remember the other day, I saw that black dress and the scarf. That very same night, when I was sleeping, I saw it was like my body too was showing me how to wear a scarf. Yo, I jumped and I thought, yo, it's true, really. These people they are witches. And I told myself, if you can't beat them, join them. And then I carried on with my madrasa with the little knowledge I have. And then I went to Santa, I studied there. I was in Dawa class. And then, during COVID, I went home to PE. And I told myself, no, I won't come back to Cape Town again. I'm going to start madrasa that side. There is an informal settlement not far from my place. And then I told myself, okay. I went to them, and I approached them with a packet of chips and lollipop. I called that community, and there's a dam there, it's a church dam. So most of the time the children are playing there. So I spoke with their parents, and then they were more than happy because now Islam was going to save them. After that, I had a petition of a vacant space in my street. And then when I was in PE, I told myself I'm not going to come to Cape Town. And then somebody phoned me here in Cape Town. Somebody wanted to occupy that vacant space. And they said no, that vacant space is occupied, is reserved for Muslims, it's for Rihana. And then they phoned me, came down to Cape Town. And then to sort out that vacant space, which is not even mine, but the community said it's reserved for Rihana. While I was here in Cape Town, I told myself, no, I'm going back to Cape Town. I'm going to be in Cape Town maybe for a few days and go back to PE. Because I started madrasa in PE, and I was at madrasa and they, no, let me go back home because I'm the only Muslim in my area. After that, while I was here in Cape Town, while I was sleeping, I was so on top of my bed. It was really happy. And then that very same morning, somebody sent me the video of the 82-year-old who was graduating in BA in Islam. I told myself, yo, 82-year-old. I told myself, 82-year is half on top, and then 82-year was graduating BA, and then I phoned Mualima Napiwaya from Sanzaf. It was September that time. I said, no ways, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Sanzaf. And then I finished that year to Sanzaf. I do my first year there by Sanzaf. And then I told myself I'm going to have a dawa at home because it's not like as if I dumped those little ones. And then I organized a dawa in PE. Mind you, I don't have even a cent. I told the sisters, PE sisters, I gave them the date that we're going to have a dawa. It was in September. Okay, then we planned the dawa. I didn't have even a cent, but the first person to donate was Tijani Bayat. I said, okay, there is something. We organized the thing, and the dawa was successful, and one of the ladies embraced Islam. Came back to Cape Town, I went to IPSA. I started that ACIS. After I started that ACIS, I told myself, IPSA is awkward, man, because I'm from Delft. Yeah, it's awkward. Let me go to Medina. Currently, I'm in Medina doing my BA. And in PE, I was attacked by non-Muslim. That you Muslim, you busy feeding people, but you don't tell them about your deen. So you, the born Muslim, you are the one to be blamed because you didn't deliver the message to us. I said, you just study Islam and then you don't care about township. And you tell yourself you are teaching your children, and you tell yourself that they're gonna make du'as for you, and there's no guarantee that. But there is a guarantee with the children we are working in township. Some of them are orphans, and they're from non-Muslim. But there is a guarantee that Allah will have mercy on you. May Allah grant our township wisdom, guidance, and light of Islam. May we strive to live in harmony with one another. May Allah grant us good friends and families who will make dua for us when we are no longer in this dunya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa-alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, Jazakumullahu khairan. Also reminding ourselves of the teachings of Sheikh Hassan Sisi, radiallahu, and obviously informing us to go into the communities, and that's why the first Zawiya was obviously built within the Google Earth township. So reminding ourselves that we need to go into those townships as well. And we have on my left hand side Chief Yasmin and Sister Aisha that will be translating for her, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Yasmin Cooper. I'm from Capricorn in Muizenberg. I'm from Capricorn in Muizenberg. As it is, they said I'm Chief Cooper. It's not my name. It's the community work I'm doing. I'd like to be here, as can I say first, shukran, Sheikh. Shukran to everyone. We make this opportunity to our communities and our Muslim sisters and brothers to be here today. Ndiyabulela kakhulu, ndizawuzama ukuthetha isiXhosa ngoba I did not speak English well. As it is, I said I'm the traditional leaders. Just is my genuine. Baninzi kakhulu abantu abangakwazi ukuva apha ngaphakathi endini yethu esibavaleleyo ukuthi mabeve banotata wam ngaphakathi ndize notata wam namhlanje naye akangeke andibalisele ukuthi namhlanje beqhubeka ntoni na apha ngoba akho nomnye umuntu obethethile ilwimi elinokuthi nathi sonele kulo inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As Ma'am Yasmin has said, she said that she will be speaking in isiXhosa because at times people go to gatherings and they are unable to fully comprehend everything that has been said because it's not expressed in their own home language, a language in which they can fully and understand and be able to take the message back home.
Namhlanje akho nto ingakho endizanayo ndiza nje nomyalezo omncinci kubantu abasebenzela ama-community njengomnye wabantu abasebenzela ama-community. Ndibulela u-Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala othe wandenza into yokuba nam mandibe limuslim ndidibane nam kunye nayo le ndlu ndihleli kuyo namhlanje phakathi kwenu. Ndibulele amandla ka-Allah usolibabalo usosinceba ngoba nam ndingomnye wabantu abathe babizwa kule ndawo, ndingomnye wabantu abathe bamane bevisithele, ndingomnye wabantu abamane bethe ngokwenza umsebenzi we-community baze bafika ii-sisters bafika bezokundambesa, bafika ezokuvuyisana nam, bafika bezokulungisa yonke into eqhubeka kwi-community bendibonisa bendifundisa nge-Islam inshallah.
Today I come here not to do much but to give you a message to inspire you, a message to tell everyone who's involved with community work to continue to strive, to continue to do their best, as I strive to do my best.
Ndifuna ukubulela iapha zam imalimas ezikule ndawo eziye zandikhowusha kuyo yonke into endiyenzayo. Ndifuna ukuthi kuni sithwele ubunzima thina njengabomama kwinkolo ye-Islam. Kukhona ukuba abantu abangoomama bavalelwe kwithuba elininzi bangakwazi ukungena kwii-community zethu sibe siphila ubomi obukhoyo obuqhubekayo apha. Umyalezo endiza nawo kuni namhlanje bomama, siyazi ukuthi sinabantwana bakwi-drug dealer, sinabantwana abadla ii-drugs, sinabantwana abangalaliyo ezindlini zethu abenza izinto ezininzi, iintolongo zigcwele. Kudingeka thina bomama ukuthi simele abantwana bethu abangamantombazana nabangabafana.
Allahu Akbar, Takbir! Through my journey as a person who loves people, a person who loves my community, I met Islam. And upon finding Islam, I was fortunate for sisters to love and care for me and give me this beautiful message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Often what happens is that women aren't given the correct platform, the correct knowledge, the correct support in them finding the knowledge of deen. I want to say for women to get this knowledge, for women to also push themselves, and also I urge the males to also support the females to get this knowledge. And in getting this knowledge, it will allow us to have the power and the energy to deal with issues such as drug abuse. Drug abuse in a sense that there's a lot of it happening and women are able to bring in that nurturing element of them to also end all social ills.
Inshallah, akho kukhulu endinokuthi ndikuthethe kodwa endifuna ukuyaleza kuni kubuhlungu ukubona abantu abangoomama. Masigxine zialima zam, masigxine ziapha zam ukuthi sifundise ngabantwana kwiimadrasa zethu kodwa singabavaleli sibafundise ngedini kuphela. Masibafundise nokuqhubekayo okulapha ngaphandle ngoba xa bephuma apha emadrasa baphuma babheke ngaphandle. Xa befika ngaphandle bafika kukho iziyobisi ezibalindileyo, istrato nestrato. Sithole ubunzima ke thina abantu abangoomama ngoba thina akufunekanga sititshe abantwana abangamamuslim kuphela, kufuneka sigade nabantwana balapha ebumelaneni, ukuze loo nto yenze into yokuba thina koomama sikwazi ukuzibona umsebenzi wethu usenzeka apha ekuhlaleni kuthi. Kubuhlungu ukubona umntana wasebumelwaneni engumntu okwi-drugs, ube wena usithi utitsha idini kumadresa yakho, ube wena uhleli nabakho abantwana usithi balungile, ungayazi abakwenzayo ukuphumela ngaphandle. Bomama masime sibafundise abantwana bethu ngedini ka-Allah, kodwa singalibali ukuthi abantwana bethu ababodwanga esikolweni. Ininzi into eqhubekayo kubo. Masiceleni ku-Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asincede kuzo zonke izinto zethu, asinike amandla sikwazi ukuba sizibone ezi zinto kwaye sikwazi ukunakekela nabanye abantwana. Sithanda abamelwane njengomama bamamuslim, inshallah.
All knowledge belongs to Allah, and in our quest to share this knowledge, it is important for us not only to focus on the certain aspects of the deen, but it's important for us to share knowledge in its all facets. Share knowledge so that we equip the child who's in a madrasa to be able to go outside and face the critical issues they face, especially in townships where there's a lot of issues these young children in madrasas face. She further urges everyone to spread the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only that, but to also inspire others to also share the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.